Hello guys, MODELMIND72 coming at you out of Wicked Wizard Garage with another episode of Channel Talk. This is number 21. Made it to the big 2-1. Got a lot of interesting information to pass on to everyone. So sit back and let's absorb some of this information. First off, I want to go off on the builds we got going. We got a lot of builds going right now, guys. So I'm just going to touch on some of them. If I don't touch on one that you're following, you know, there's really just too many of them to bring up in one episode. But the ones that I've wrote down are the ones that were, you know, current and on my mind and whatnot. So we will continue to do updates on each and every build, and they're all in different stages of progress. So just follow along and be patient with us and enjoy the entertainment. Okay, let's start off with me and baby girl finally did finish the 1960 Chevy shop truck, which was the official 2014 Wicked Wizard Garage shop truck, which is the first one that I've actually built. If you go back through the archives, you can find a behind the styrene episode of it, I do believe. Where a final slide is in the works, so it should be heading down the channel. There is a 65 Chevy step side also on the table. It's on the bench. There'll be updates coming with it as well down the road. 1967 Project Mayhem Chevy Impala. You know, amazing build. We are adding a twin turbo setup to that build. That setup's being scratch built and fabricated right now. So we're going to have updates on that. Keep an eye on that project. So many things going on with that particular build. It's amazing. Okay, in the Mopar Madness series, the next one coming out, it looks like it's going to be the 68 Dart, which is the Motown missile. We are just in the beginning stages of mocking up the Hemi. I do believe it's probably going to be the next one in the Mopar Madness series to make it to the finish line. So if everything goes right, you'll definitely be seeing some updates on that one soon as well. Blue Murder 1969 Nova. A lot of Nova fans out there. It seems like that's going to be a really popular build. I'm enjoying it immensely. That paint job, that lacquer blue metallic paint job came out just awesome. I just loving that paint job. I haven't decided on the engine going to drop in that one yet, but it's definitely the Blue Murder themes. There's definitely going to be a lot of blue going on there, so I'm definitely painting the block blue. I know that. The subscriber build, the 48 Ford, y'all need to go back, find that update on there, and get in your vote on the interior, the engine, and the wheels. I do believe I'm going to tub it out, so let me know if y'all want me to tub it out or not. I'm leaning towards tubbing it out, but definitely leave me a comments on the engine, the interior, and if we're tubbing it out or not, and wheel selection as well. Do we want scratch built rims, you know, one-offs, or are we, you know, going for something different? That's envy, by the way, for the subscribers that are following that build. Jumping back to the Mopar Madness series for a second, we do have two 1970 GTX Plymouths that we're building. One there's two of them there. The one that I built when I was a teenager was the Street Machine version, and I do have that. I found it. It's got the dual quad set up with the velocity stacks. It was a blue metal flake styrene when it came out. Originally, I don't have the box. I just got the model itself. But it's definitely. All right, so that particular one was one that I built when I was a teenager, and it will be part of the Resurrection series. Hitting on the other one was the lime green styrene one that I'm not sure exactly which way I'm going with it at the moment, but it is in progress. So hitting back on the Resurrection series, I do believe the 1955 Hot Rod magazine, 1955 Chevy, is going to probably be the next one in the Resurrection series, which I also built as a teenager. So, you know, all the Resurrection series ones are really close to my heart, and I'm very passionate about building those projects and revisiting them. So, you know, a lot of excitement, a lot of builds going on, a lot of energy in the garage. So, you know, definitely stay tuned for all those projects. Big Boss Man Jim's tribute build is also on the bench. It is in paint. There has been body modifications done. We'll definitely have some updates on that one coming up, so definitely look forward to that one. The Fast Jimmy 71 tribute build is also on my mind. I'm definitely going to, search the far corners and depths of my creativity to bring forth, definitely one of a kind piece on that project. Me and Matthew are still building the Top Fuel funny car. There was an update with him spraying, laying down some paint, but it got deleted accidentally. I'm noticing that there's, changing over with the softwares. I'm examining with different software editing tools, and I'm working on different computers. So there's a lot of files that are being transferred from one computer to another computer, and then with the different softwares that I'm trying out, and then Google Plus and YouTube and all that confusion. I'm definitely losing some content here and there, but we'll definitely keep shooting updates on that one. He's having a blast building it, and I'm having a blast building it with him. Me and James are in talks about doing a father-son project, which I definitely think he's ready for another build, after the Mustang. Let's see. The AMT kit, AMT gets a lot of bad rap in the community, but the AMT 32 Ford Roadster, the creamed coffin, go back, check out that video. There's some behind the styrene episode of it. There's a final slide, which I do an original composition on acoustic called Until Now, which is playing in the background, by the way. But, just shows that AMT kits, can be built to your specs, It's not about what they give you in the box. It's about what you do with it, Okay. Another thing, this is going to be the section of MODELMIND72 answers some subscriber questions. I get a lot of questions about a lot of different things. I mean, you guys are very interested in a lot of different aspects. So I'm just going to try to touch on some things. This is always a lot of fun for me to open up and share, my life and history and whatnot. So part of the MODELMIND72 history, we'll start off with, seems like everybody likes these channel talks. Okay, so we're definitely going to keep doing the channel talks because it's a time when you can actually sit down and catch up. I never got to be on any of the Styrene chats or any of the Google Hangouts and stuff like that. I always wanted to. It just never happened. I would have loved to have been on any of those and met any of you guys and talked, about anything. I would have loved any of that. And I have watched a few of them, and they're very entertaining. And I say, if you can find the time, definitely sit around and watch those guys, because they really bring a lot of knowledge and fun to the table. I do believe there's a lot of people wanting how-to videos from me, and I definitely want to do how-to videos, and I will. Somebody wanted me to do how I wire up an engine, and I'd love to do a how-to on how to wire up an engine. The thing is when I wire up an engine, it's not a one set thing. There's several different techniques that I might use to wire up an engine, and it could be it's all about mood, how I feel about that in that moment, and exactly how I want to go about doing it. But I definitely am going to throw some how-to stuff out there. I do believe a lot of the content on my channel, if you sit down and listen, there's a lot of information that comes at you real fast, and if you're listening, you can catch a lot of great tips, tricks, and stuff that I do incorporate in my projects. And also, I do believe the community is very, very rich in the knowledge and wisdom of styrene. And if you click on any all right, so we were wiring up the engines. Yeah, I definitely want to do some how-tos on wiring up the engines and a lot of the techniques that I do. But there's a wealth of knowledge on YouTube as far as how to do this, how to do that. But I definitely don't mind putting some of my ideas and techniques into the lot, just so you guys can pick and choose, have options. Somebody asked me about commission builds, which is something that I never really thought about it. My whole deal is this: there's been projects that I've started, and before I've even finished them, somebody's bought them. So, I never got to finish the build before they just said I want it right now, and they took it. A lot of projects were like that. I know that like DC doesn't sell any of his work, and I can respect that. But also, to have access to a build by an artist, I can see where that need would arise, and I have no problem with that at all. And it's one of those things in the future that I definitely wouldn't mind looking into and just see where it goes. Not just for me, but for all the artists that are on YouTube. I think that it might be a great facet, and especially in today's economy, if there's a way that you can actually facilitate your own passion into enjoyment of others, would you tell Michelangelo to not do what he does? You need to let people be who they are. Okay, so to each his own. And I say go for it, man. And if someone wants, me to build a specific project, I will, definitely personal message me, and I'll talk more about it with you. I have no problem with it. Another debate: to collect or to build. That gets kicked around a lot in this hobby. My 2 cents on it's this. I am a collector, and I do collect them, and I build them. Some people have the position, you shouldn't collect them, you should just build them all. Well, fine, build all yours. That's great. I know I'll never be able to build all of mine, so that's when, I respect the collector aspect of it, and I appreciate the honor of, having that kit, for whatever personal, sentimental reasons that I have, Okay. And I suspect other collectors are in the same realm. A little bit more MODELMIND72 history. They wanted to know, if I only had built, like wheeled automobiles and stuff throughout my history. Just real quick, I started building when I was 10, and I started building, automobiles. I did that at first. Then there was this, I don't know, anything that had wings on it. I went through this plane obsession to where I would just build nothing but planes, airplanes, jets, helicopters, anything that had wings on it. And didn't build cars or trucks or automobiles at all. I just only built airplanes. None of those survived life, through moving from here to there and through life. They didn't make it. But I do have a plane that I recently purchased, and I'll do an update on it eventually, that I probably will add to the bench and actually get back into building some winged projects. And then after I got out of that phase, I went back to cars, So, and today, and that was on and off periodically through the years. And then today, you can look at the channel and kind of see where I'm at as far as that goes. Mainly, I do believe some of the upcoming projects will be definitely a plane in the mix. Definitely a chopper. I got a motorcycle chopper fantasy build that I've been kicking around, the ideal. And I also think that fantasy builds, as far as I know I'm only going to be able to build so many projects. So if I can get the projects that I really want to see come to life, kind of like the cream coffin, something like that. Definitely a lot more fantasy builds is more in my realm right now of just being very creative and just going all out on something. So definitely be looking for that. I know this is a lot of information. You can watch this a couple times if you need to. I'm just trying to get a lot of areas covered because there's a lot of stuff going down. But definitely a big shout out to all my subscribers. Keep the channel rocking, guys. Everybody keep being creative and everybody keep building. Alright, so another area I'd like to touch on is we know that, like, Andy's got he's starting to do the machining of the parts and everything. DC's got his store. There's a lot of there was this ideal that I had came across my mind, if we got together as a community and put together a company that would rival AMT or Revell or Lindbergh or any of the big kit things, and design kits from the modeler's point of view. Like, my imagination just goes like beyond of the stuff that we could come up with. And I think that under the right circumstances we probably could corner the market in styrene if we had the talent that's just on YouTube alone, working together. You know, I mean, what kind of career would that be, to come to work every day and get to do your passion? You know, something to think about. You know, the right people involved. You know, the sky's the limit. Here's the thing. How would it be if the model car community all lived like in the same state? Like if they all moved in the same state in the same subdivision, right? They all lived next door to each other. Um, Things like that, you know, you sit around and think about, and it's like the possibilities are endless. Um, I'm having a really good day, and I hope that this video finds you guys healthy and in a positive mental attitude. Please keep watching. I thank you for your time, and if there's any, you know, thing you need to know or say, comment, rate, subscribe, personal message me, and you know, I'll try to get back to you. But I'm gonna let this episode end here, and lot of ground covered, a lot of things to think about. So you know, let's keep moving forward, guys, and enjoying our YouTube community that we've got here. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. MODELMIND72 saying peace and love to all. Rock on, build strong, guys.